Welcome to Computer Online class for Standard 8th.
Welcome back, students. I hope you are safe and happy at home with your family members. In the previous virtual class, we had learned some topics from Chapter 1, Computer Accessories, Part 1. So, let us further continue with the same chapter, Chapter 1, Computer Accessories, Part 2, with the new topics. So, let's get started.
So, students, let us start with the same lesson number 1, Computer Accessories, Part 2. In previous video, we had learned what do you mean by accessories, introduction of computers, why computers are called programmable machine, components of programmable machine. The computer system comprises of the three units. In this video, we are going to learn 1. What is peripheral, 2. The CPU and its part, 3. Block diagram of computer, 4. Computer memory. Let us learn what are peripheral devices. Peripheral devices is generally defined as any auxiliary device such as computer mouse, keyboard, monitor, then printer, scanner, tape drive, microphone, speaker, webcams and digital camera. So these are the example of peripherals. A computer peripheral is a device that is connected to CPU through cable wires. Computer peripherals are sometimes called input-output devices because they provide input and output for the computer. Some peripherals such as external hard drive provide both input and output for the computer. The second example is headphone. We can speak through the headphone and we can hear through the headphone. So that is why it is called input-output device. Now let us see categories of peripheral device. There are many different peripheral devices, but they fall into three general categories. First one is input device such as a mouse and a keyboard. Second one is output device such as monitor and a printer. Third one is storage device such as hard drive and flash drive. Now let us learn the computer system comprises of three units: central processing unit, input devices and output devices. So students, let us learn about the most important unit of computer system, that is central processing unit. The full form of CPU is central processing unit. The CPU is the part of a computer system that is commonly referred to as the brain of a computer. The CPU is also known as the processor or microprocessor, which is also called as heart of a computer. The CPU is responsible for executing a sequence of stored instruction called a program, that is software, which we had learned in the last class about operating system and different application software. Now students, I will explain you why is the CPU called so important part of computer system. A central processing unit is an important part for every computer. The CPU sends signal to control the other parts of the computer, almost like how a brain controls a body. A list of instruction that CPU can run is a computer program, that is software. It acts as a powerful and responsible device because it does all the work of controlling peripherals attached to it. For example, keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, scanner, digital camera, etc. It does the decision making and processing data work. How, when, and where data should be transferred and stored for particular task of software which user is using on that particular day and time. So it will store all the information as the requirement of the user using that particular software. The most important task of CPU is storing the data in the memory which can be used in future again. So that is why CPU is called important part of computer system. It is like a brain and heart of a computer. So next topic is parts of central processing unit. There are three parts of central processing unit: control unit, arithmetic and logic unit, and memory unit. So let us see internal components of central processing unit. They are processor, RAM, hard disk drive, motherboard, power supply, sound and video card, computer case, microprocessor fan. From all those components, the main component is called motherboard. The motherboard serves as a single platform to connect all the parts of a computer together. It connects the CPU through memory, hard drive, optical drive, video card, sound card, and other ports and expansion card directly via cables. It can be considered as the backbone of a computer. So, these are the internal components of central processing unit. Let us see the block diagram of computer. Computer work in three steps: input, process and output. The block diagram of computer represent the various units present in the computer. There are mainly 5 units in a computer. First one is input unit. It helps in maintaining the input devices of a computer. The input devices are used to input data into the computer. The example of input devices are mouse, keyboard, joystick, light pen, etc. Second one is processing unit, where entire processing, analyzing, comparing, calculating and final storing of data in memory is done. It is consist of 3 units: control unit, arithmetic and logic unit and memory unit. So let us learn all these 3 units one by one. Control unit. It is known as the brain of the computer. It is responsible for coordinating all the tasks. Second one is arithmetic and logic unit. The arithmetic and logic unit is used to perform the operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc., as well as the logical operations such as comparison, greater than equal to, less than equal to, etc. The third one is memory unit. The information in computer is stored in the memory unit. There are 2 types of memory: primary memory and secondary memory. The primary memory is also called RAM and is volatile. The main disadvantage of primary memory is that the data will be lost when power fails. Thus, the data in primary memory is temporary. Secondary memory is non-volatile. The advantage of secondary memory is that the data will never be lost even if the power fails. Thus, the data stored in secondary memory will be permanent. The example of secondary memory are pen drive, CD, DVD, etc. The last one is output unit. It helps in maintaining the output devices. The output devices are used to display the result on the screen so that it can be seen by the user. The example of output devices are monitor, printer, plotter, etc. So this way the computer works. So student, I had explained you the block diagram of computer. In that I had explained you the CPU and its part. So let us learn control unit in detail. Control unit acts like a traffic police. It is showing the direction where the data and information should flow inside the components of CPU. The control unit is a part of the CPU that is dedicated to deal with the controlling purpose. It coordinates with all the hardware components of the computer system and helps them to interacting with the software system. Control unit assign the task and monitoring the data and information movement inside a computer system between its component. It directs the signal between the memory and the ALU, that is arithmetic and logic unit. It also directs the control signal between the CPU and input and output devices. So let us learn about arithmetic and logic unit, that is ALU. The arithmetic and logic unit is used to perform the operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc., as well as the logical operations such as comparison, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, etc. Arithmetic and logic is a circuit of the CPU deals with all the logical and mathematical operations that are performed by CPU. It is responsible for answering the question and providing the output result of the input queries. So students, let us learn internal memory of computer. Internal memory is also known as primary storage or main memory. There are two types of memory in computer. Primary memory, which is consist of RAM and ROM. RAM stand for random access memory and ROM stand for read-only memory. RAM is a temporary memory whereas ROM is a permanent memory. Next one is secondary memory. Secondary memory is a storage device where the data can be stored. For example, compact disc, hard disk, pen drive are the secondary memory. Now let us see difference between RAM and ROM. First one, RAM stands for random access memory, whereas ROM stands for read-only memory. Second, RAM is a temporary memory, whereas ROM is the permanent memory. Third, RAM is a volatile in nature, but data will be lost when the power fails if it is not stored by the user, whereas in ROM it is an non-volatile memory, that is the information stored in ROM, no data will be lost when power fails. Fourth one, it is the main internal storage area that computer uses to run program and store data. It is also called as read-write memory, whereas in ROM it is built-in computer memory that can only read by a computer but cannot be modified. So it is called as read-only memory. Let us see what are registers of internal memory of computer. Computer have several additional storage location called register. They are part of control unit and arithmetic and logic unit. Register is a small and fast storage inside the CPU that holds data temporarily. A register is a high-speed memory location in the CPU. Now let us see what are addresses. In computer memory, every memory location has its own addresses. The addresses of the first byte is 0, followed by 1, 2, 3, and so on. Memory addresses act just like the indexes of a normal array. The computer can access any addresses in memory at any time, hence the name random access memory. To locate the data or instruction in the main memory, the computer stores them in the location known as addresses. Addresses can be compared to the post office mailboxes. Their number stay the same, but the content changes continuously. As shown in the below diagram, you can see 1001010 is a memory location where the address is given 0, whereas 0001100 is the data stored in the location 1. Same way, it is followed by location 0, location 1, location 2, 3, 4, 5. It will go on up till the data is stored in the memory. Summary of this video, that is Computer Accessories Part 2. Today we had learned what is peripherals, the CPU and its parts, block diagram of computer, and computer memory. I hope everyone had understood. So let us meet in the next class with the same lesson, Chapter 1, Computer Accessories Part 3. So student, meet you all in the next class. Goodbye. Stay home. Stay safe.